Good morning, students. In the last class, we started a new chapter that is networking, and we have covered the wired networking. There are two types of networking, wired and wireless networking. What are the requirements for wired networking? What is required for a wired networking? What are the devices required? The first one is UTP cable. Then we want RJ45 and hub or switch. These are the three devices required for wired networking. Today we will be learning about wireless networking. Wireless means no wires will be there, no cables will be there. Then what is used for exchanging information? There are certain mediums. For example, we can take an example of our TV and the TV remote. Is there any wire connected between the remote and the TV? No. Then how it works? It works with the help of infrared rays. It works with the help of infrared rays. Is it clear? What is the specialty about infrared rays? There should not be any obstacles. That means you cannot change the channel while sitting in another room, isn't it? You must be straight in front of the TV. Then only you can change the channels. It works with the help of infrared rays. Is it clear? In this way, there we can activate our computer without cables. That is wireless networking. Wireless networking. No cables will be used. We'll study in details while seeing your textbook. So come open your textbook. I will also open the textbook here. Yes, wireless network. We have learned that computers are normally connected using cables. But it is possible to connect computers without using cables, and this method is called wireless networking. That method is called wireless networking. Is it clear? What is wireless networking? Connecting computers without using cables. Connecting computers without using cables is called wireless networking. Underline that, this part. Then, in such cases, radio frequency waves are used instead of cables. Instead of cables, what is used? Radio frequency waves. Other than that, what is used? Electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves. Then, what is the difference between the radio frequency wave and electromagnetic waves? See, in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, radio frequency waves are used. You are aware of Wi-Fi, you are aware of Bluetooth, you are usually using in your phone. That technology is working with radio frequency waves. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is working by which medium? Radio frequency wave. We are using this. Okay. Then electromagnetic waves are also used. It is of high wavelength. What do you mean by it is of high wavelength? Can I take an example of the what car? How do you switch on and switch off? Using the key you can press at a longer distance, isn't it? You can use that from a longer distance. That is electromagnetic waves. What waves are working there? Electromagnetic waves. They cause less harm. That is the specialty about electromagnetic waves, that it cause less harm as compared to radio frequency waves. Now, what are the different mediums which are used? Radio frequency waves, electromagnetic waves, and infrared rays. Infrared rays. Clear? These are the mediums used instead of cables. Instead of cables in wireless network. Instead of cables, what is used? Radio frequency waves, electromagnetic waves, and infrared rays. Clear? Devices that are connected without cables. What are the devices? Laptops, smartphones. Then you can write the TV remote. Okay. Before that, there is a device written here that is modem. We have to learn about modem. What is modem? What is modem? See, whatever is saved in the computer is in digital form. Whatever is saved in a computer is in digital form. We have learned in smaller classes that it is zeros and one. Everything is stored in the form of zeros and one. Okay, we are getting the internet connection from a telephone line. We are getting an internet connection from a telephone line. If we are using a telephone line, then okay. We are getting an internet connection through a telephone line. Yes. When the digital signals are transferred to the telephone line, it becomes weak. Why it is becoming weak? Because in telephone line, analog signals are working. In telephone line, which signals are working? Analog signals. Is it clear? Our computer works on digital signals, and the telephone line works on analog signals. Analog signals. Clear? If we are passing the digital signals to the telephone line, it becomes weak. It becomes weak. അപ്പോൾ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിലുള്ള ഡിജിറ്റൽ സിഗ്നൽസിനെ ടെലിഫോൺ ലൈനിലോട്ട് പാസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല ബിക്കോസ് ടെലിഫോൺ ലൈൻസ് ആർ യൂസിങ് അനലോഗ് സിഗ്നൽസ്. അപ്പോൾ ദർ ഈസ് എ ഡിവൈസ് ഇൻ ബിറ്റ്വീൻ ദ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ ആൻഡ് ദ ടെലിഫോൺ ലൈൻ. There is a device in between the computer and the telephone line. What is the device? Modem. What is the device? Modem. Now, what does this modem do? The modem will convert the digital signals to analog and analog signals to digital. That is the work done by a modem. Is it clear? What is the work done by the modem? It is an equipment that converts digital signals from computer, isn't it? The digital signals are coming from the computer. That is converted to analog to be passed through the telephone line. In the same way, we are seeing so many things using our computer. That means it is downloaded from the internet. It is coming through the telephone line. The modem also convert the analog signals which are coming from telephone to digital signals. Can we read that part? Computers save and process data in digital form. When these digital signals travel through a telephone line, they become weak. Therefore, information is sent by converting these digital signals to analog. A modem is an equipment that can convert digital signals to analog and vice versa. Vice versa means in analog to digital also. The term modem is derived from the word modulator and demodulator. Underline, this is the full form of modem. What is the full form of modem? Modulator, demodulator, modulator and demodulator. It helps to make available the internet over the telephone line or other cable lines. Is it clear? We get the internet connection through the telephone line using this modem. That is the use of that device or equipment. Coming to the two types of networking. There are three types of networking. Here you have to study only two. I will say the names. That is LAN, WAN. One more is there. That is MAN, M-A-N, MAN. Okay. That you don't have to study. Local area network. LAN means local area network. Local area network, I will say an example. See, with the example we can study. the networking in your lab. For example, in your computer lab, if the computers are networked, then we call it as LAN. Or we are going to network the CBSE block computer and the ICSE block and the state block, then it is LAN. The distance between the computers are less. The distance between the computers are less. In local area network, the interconnected computers inside a room or a building. Is it clear? It is written here. LAN is a system that interconnects computers inside a room or a building. But the distance between the computer is less. Is it clear? രണ്ട് computers തമ്മിലുള്ള distance കുറവായിരിക്കും. That is LAN. What is the example given here? The computer network in your school is an example for this. Clear? In a hospital, okay, the hospital has different floors. In the computers connected, there will be LAN, local area network. Coming to the next one, that is wide area network. Wide area, wide. The name is the meaning is in the word itself. Wide. The distance between the computers will be far away. That means it will be more as compared to land. For example, a computer in Jammu, Kashmir and Kerala, the different railway stations, the different airports, the different banks, different headquarters. Is it clear? That is wide area network. Internet is the best example for WAN, wide area network. You get the news and information of the worldwide through the internet. It's a wide area network. These are the two network categories you have to learn. Two types of networking you have to learn. That is LAN and WAN. Local area network and wide area network. Okay, in this page only two blue boxes you have to learn. That is modem and LAN and WAN. Okay. Coming to our next topic, we learned that all the computers are networked. Then how will you identify or recognize a computer? How your house is recognized? It has an address. It has a address. In the same way, when the computers are networked, it gets an address known as IP address. Gets an address known as IP address. Is it clear? കമ്പ്യൂട്ടേഴ്സിനെ നെറ്റ്വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ it gets an address. It gets an address known as IP address, Internet Protocol Address. IP, full form, Internet Protocol Address. See, now let us see how the computers in the network can communicate with another. Since there are several computers, how can each be identified? How can it be identified? It can be identified by IP address. IP address. Coming to the next page. How do we recognize houses in an area? Won't there be two or more houses have the same house name? Can they have the same house number? No, the house number will be different, isn't it? Computers in a network will have unique number like house number. This number is called IP address. When we are working in internet, we are working from an address. Is it clear? You are working in internet, when you are using internet, you are working from an IP address. You're aware of it? Sometimes we feel we are sitting inside a room, nobody is seeing us, we can do whatever we can do. Nobody will know. But you must know that you are working from an IP address. When you are using internet, you are working from an IP. Somebody is watching you. Whatever is done from an IP address. Okay. Then computers in a network will have a unique number like house number. This number is called IP address. Okay, there are some general rules or protocols for giving such number that we will learn. That is what is protocol. What is protocol? The rule for giving the IP address. We learned that in each computer is getting an IP address. In network, we are getting an IP address. The IP address is given through certain rules. We have to follow some rules and regulations. That rules and regulations are called protocol. Protocol. What is protocol? The rules and regulations in a network is called protocol. Clear? Not only the rules and regulations, the way of exchanging information also deal by the protocol. Okay, when computers and networks became widely used, it became necessary to have norms for computer addresses and method of exchanging information between computers. The equipment connected to a network need to follow certain norms with regard to naming and exchanging info. What are the rules we have to follow? We have to follow the norms for naming. Naming means the address, the IP address, naming of the address and exchanging information. So what protocol is used in our computer? TCP/IP. Which protocol is used? TCP/IP. By which protocol we are getting an IP address? TCP/IP. Clear? By which protocol we are exchanging information? TCP/IP. Okay, you all are using which protocol? TCP/IP. TCP/IP. In every computer or in every phone, which protocol is used? TCP/IP. Clear? What is the function of TCP/IP? For giving an IP address to our computer. Then the second thing, to exchange information. What do you mean by exchanging information? You are downloading so many files. You are seeing our class. We have exchanged the information. Using which protocol? TCP. Clear? Yes. Which protocol is used? TCP/IP. Okay. Other than TCP/IP, what are the other protocols available? SSH, SMB and POP. You are using email, isn't it? For email, which protocol is used? POP. Clear? For different purposes, different protocols are used. Different rules are. What is protocol? The rules and regulations for exchanging information. Somebody asked, you are getting an IP address using which protocol? TCP/IP. You are exchanging information using which protocol? TCP/IP. We will learn about the TCP/IP protocol, how it looks like. Okay. The IP address is given to a computer in a network based on the TCP/IP protocol. TCP, what is the full form? Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol. Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol. Underline these points. These all are important. It will come for theory. Then, what are the two types of TCP/IP protocol? IPv4 and IPv6. What are the two versions? Internet Protocol version 4, Internet Protocol version 6. These are the two protocols of TCP/IP. What are the two types of protocol? Two versions of TCP/IP? IPv4 and IPv6. In India, IPv4 is used. In foreign countries, IPv6 is used. Clear? In India, now we are using IPv4. We will learn about IPv4, how it looks like. Okay. Yes, come to this page. IP address is given to a computer based on TCP/IP protocol, IPv4 and IPv6. IPv4 have four parts. How many parts are there? 4 parts. Each part is separated by dots. Each part is separated by dots. See, what is the first part? 192. What is the second part? 168. What is this third? 1. And the fourth part is 25. Each is separated by dot. എത്ര പാർട്സ് ഉണ്ട്? 4 parts. ഓരോന്നും എങ്ങനെ സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നു? യൂസിങ് എ ഡോട്ട്. യൂസിങ് എ ഡോട്ട്. See, 4 parts and each part is of 8 bit. ഓരോ പാർട്ടും എത്ര ബിറ്റിൻ്റെയാണ്? 8 ബിറ്റ്. അപ്പം മൊത്തം എത്ര ബിറ്റായി? 4 into 8. That is 32 bit. How many bits? 32 bits. Clear? IPv4, how many parts are there? 4 parts. Here, each part is separated by dot. What is the bit of one part? 8 bits. What is the total bit? 32 bits. 32 bits. IPv4 is of half. What is the size of IPv4? 32 bits. 32 bits. Clear? Each bit is of, each part is of 8 bits. Yes. Then, this 3 part, first, second and third, is same for each networking. For example, in our computer lab, all the computers are networked. Then the first 3 number will be same for each system. ഓരോ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിൻ്റെയും ആദ്യത്തെ 3 നമ്പർ സെയിം ആയിരിക്കും. Which number will be changing? The 4th number will be changing. Is it clear? ഒരു ലാബിൽ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടേഴ്സ് നെറ്റ്വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ the first 3 numbers will be same. When we are networking, each computer is getting a what? Each computer is getting an IP address, isn't it? In that IP address, first 3 number will be same for all the system. Which number is varying? The last number. The first 3 number is called network number. The first 3 number is called network number. That is same for all system. In a network. Clear? Then which number is varying? Different? The last number, which is called system number. The last number is different for all system. See, the first 3 parts are same in all addresses. The common part 192.168.1 is referred as network number. It is same for all the computers. The changing part 25 referred to the system number. 25 referred to system number. Is it clear? If I am going to give another the address of another system, what will be it? 192.168.1.26. Clear? These 3 numbers are same. What about which is changing? The last number, that is the system number. The system number is changing. What about the system number? It should start from 0 to what? 256. It must go up to 256. That means the number should be, system number should be less than 256. The system number should be less than 256. 0 തൊട്ട് 256 വരെയുള്ള നമ്പേഴ്സ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം. Clear? But we can't use 0, 1 and 255. ഈ 3 നമ്പേഴ്സും ഒഴികെ ബാക്കിയുള്ള എല്ലാ നമ്പേഴ്സും നമുക്ക് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം. Why these 3 numbers are not used? They are reserved numbers. They are reserved for technical purpose. Which are the numbers reserved for technical purpose? 0, 1 and 255. 0, 1 and 255 can't be used as system number. System number ആയിട്ട് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. Why? Because they are reserved numbers. They are reserved numbers. ബാക്കിയുള്ള ഏതൊക്കെ നമ്പേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ട്? The numbers less than 256. The numbers less than 256. That means 0 1 യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല. ബാക്കി ഏത് നമ്പേഴ്സ് 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 അങ്ങനെ ഏതുവരെ യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം? 254 വരെ യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം. Clear? So which number is changing? The last number is changing. That is the system number. Do the first three numbers change? No. The system number will not, the network number will not change. Which number is changing? System number is changing. So which is the system number? The last fourth part is the system number. Clear? That is about IPv4. What about IPv4? 4 parts. What about the size? 32-bit. How many parts are there? 4 parts are there. First 3 part is called system number and the last part is called, first 3 part is called network number and the last part is called system number. Clear? Which number is changing? The last number, system number is changing. Then the system number should be less than 256. 0, 1 and 255 are reserved numbers. They are reserved numbers. Clear? Then coming to IPv6. IPv6. What about the size of IPv6? 128 bits. What about the size? 128 bits. How many parts will be there? 8 parts. 128 bits, 8 parts. It is of, each part is of 16 bits. Each part is of 16 bits. നമ്മളെ IPv6 എത്ര ബിറ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു? ഓരോ പാർട്ടും 8 ബിറ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു അല്ലേ? ഇത് 16 ബിറ്റ്സ് ആണ്. 16 bits into 8 equals what? 128. 128. Clear? IPv6, what about the size? 128 bits. You have to learn that. The theory question will come. How many parts? 8 parts. Okay. Now coming to our text. We have learned this part. That is, IPv4 and IPv6 are the protocols currently in use. An address of length 32-bit is given to the computer as per IPv4. It has 4 parts of the size of 8 bits, each separated by the dot. But the address given as per IPv6 is the size of 128 bits. IPv6 128 bits, IPv4 32 bits. Clear? Yes. Then determining the IP address we will take in the next class. Okay, don't worry about it. That is a practical section. It will not come in practical, but I have to show in Ubuntu. Okay, Linux, I have to show that, determining the IP address. Then come to this part we have learned now. You know that IP address under IPv4 has 4 parts. We have learned that. The first 3 parts are the same for all addresses. Suppose the IP address of the computer is 192.168.1.25. The common part referred to the network and the changing part referred to the system computer. That is the system number. The same part, the common part that is called network number and the changing part is called system number. Clear? And this much for today's class. Hope you have understood it. read the text well, and write the notes given. Okay. Okay, thank you, students. Bye. See you in the next class.